Right, so we're going to take a look at Shannon's left calf. We've had a hamstring strain on the left. We've had hip impingement on the left. And we've had a bit of plantar fasciitis, no Achilles tendinopathy on the left as well. So...
No.
Correct me.
Wait, yes. Yeah, it was in both, wasn't it?
It was in both, yeah.
It was in both, yeah.
So there's a few things going on up and down the chain, above and below. But subjectively, Shannon says that there's something going on with the calf that feels related to the hamstring. Hamstring strain is more or less cleared up, but the calf, lateral gastroc, there's something that feels like it's connected. So we'll have a look and see if there's anything going on with that left side that's not with the right, and if it relates.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come over to the wall, just there, and I want to see you do a tiptoe. So plantar flexion, and back down. So just observationally, there's almost a little bit more muscle mass on the right side, medial gastroc, than there is on the left. Just come back up into a tiptoe again, and then put the weight over onto the right side. And I want you to compare that now to put the weight over onto the left. Anything feel different there at all?
I feel it's quite tight up and down there.
Lateral gastroc?
Yeah, lateral gastroc.
Okay, more so than the right? Just go over onto the right side again, just make sure.
Yeah, more so.
Okay. What I'm doing now is having a little look at the ankle position as well. So now go onto the right side. Good. All right. So one thing that I noticed first of all, you could say that the ankle's inverted, but actually that's naturally going to happen. What's not happening on this side is the base of the big toe, the first metatarsal, that's staying put, whereas on the left side it's lifting up a little bit. So now put the weight over onto the left side again. There's more of a tendency to go into inversion there, which is usually more of a technique, a sort of form execution thing. So back down onto both. You can relax down just to give the calves a break. Next time you do it, I want you to do what you're doing on this side, but on this side. So what that means is try and keep the base of the first metatarsal down on the floor with this side. Okay, so go up onto 2. Good. Now over onto the left and don't let this lift up. Good. So what we're doing there is just putting a little bit more emphasis on the medial gastroc, onto the medial structures. Could have been playing a part is that you were allowing that into too much inversion. Come back down again. I'm just going to grab a band.
Because I could actually feel that into my perineals when I went up, and I wasn't putting that metatarsal down.
Yeah, it's part of what you're doing.
Like perineal-like.
Yeah, because you're staying in eversion. You're not allowing it to invert, which means the everters, i.e. perineals, having to work. So it's interesting that you say that. Come back down onto both and just lift up just here so I can pop this band underneath. All right. So now you're pinning that band down in place with the base of the first toe, not under any further, because otherwise that's going to hold it down for us. Go up onto both and then put the weight onto your left side, and I'll apply a bit of pressure with the band just to make sure that that's staying where it should be. You can do that perfectly fine. So it might just be that you've got into the habit of inverting a bit more. Go back down onto both. So from there, we'll have a look and see, is there any weakness in the perineals here that's preventing you from everting with this ankle. So go onto the couch, seated, legs off the edge. Back a little bit so knees are extended. Let's have a look at strength in the right side. I could do a resisted test, like push into me. Push, push, push. So Shannon knows what eversion is, a lot of people don't. But let's do it with the band because there's nowhere to hide with the band. There's nothing else that she can do. Common mistake here is external rotation from the hip. So I'm keeping one eye on that knee to make sure that that doesn't happen. This needs to remain exactly as it is. All the movement come from the ankle. All right, hold that position. Good, keep that foot in neutral. That's the perineals working now. Now actively evert. So push that band away. Good, and then back. All right, so right side all seems to be working okay, and that is your control for how this side should feel. Same on this side. So match my pressure, keep that foot in neutral. Any pain there, any difference in weakness, strength. Okay, and now push away. And then back. Anything there at all stands out to you?
A little bit weaker.
Okay, all right. If you said it didn't feel any weaker, it might just be that you'd want to work on the calf raises, keeping the big toe down. But because you're feeling a bit of weakness there, probably some banded eversion that you want to do as well. The frame in the exercise, banded eversion, which is going to be mount the band. You can even do it on the other foot if you want. Keep that one as it is, and then push this one away. Good, that's your standard banded eversion. Why are you doing that? That needs to translate to your ability in a calf raise, single leg, to keep this part of the big toe on the floor. All right?
Cool.
Other bits and bobs that we'll look at then are passive movement. So we'll see, is there any more tightness in that calf? Anything that I can do for you now while you're here in clinic that would help. So we'll look at knee to wall.
Okay.
So knee to wall.
Oh, the lovely knee to wall.
Yeah, you've done this a few times.
Yeah.
So it's going to be right side first just to see where you can go to. You're going to bring the knee to the wall and we're trying to make sure that heel stays on the floor. As soon as you bring it back far enough to a point the heel starts to lift up, that's the end of the range.
Cool.
So we'll see where you get to with the right, compare that with the left. I think you can come back just a touch. So keeping an eye just there. Yeah, there's a little bit of lift up there. So we'll call that your range, which is not bad at all. Something like 3 or 4 inches, but we're looking to see if the left side matches.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just about that.
that's fine. Swap sides.
Gonna start a little bit closer this time.
And we know there's been hip impingement on the left side. There's been hamstring strain, so there's likely to be a bit more tightness. There's a bit of lift up there, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
It wants to come up, doesn't it? You can see it just lifting up. There's not much of a difference there, I don't think. I think if we were to find any difference, it would probably be in inversion, eversion, more so than plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. So back on the couch, seated as you were again, I just want to take a passive look, because we're dividing this up into 2 segments. You've got the rehab bit, what you need to work on to gain strength and stability, and then the passive bit, what do I need to look at and try and improve on in here. Passive inversion, passive eversion. This side you've had lots of sprains, and that was on the lateral side as well, wasn't it? Yeah, so there we go. So perhaps it's coming together now a little bit. Weakness in the perineals. You're not able to evert as much as you should in plantar flexion. That's allowing this ankle to come in a little bit. That could ultimately be translating to more tightness in lateral gastroc, which might be working its way up the chain, has led to a hamstring strain.
Yeah.
We don't really know, but we found some things that you need to improve on. So yeah, we can expect more passive inversion, which you've got along with a little clunk in there as well.
Yeah.
Another indication that you need to strengthen perineals a little bit because of the laxity in these ligaments from the repeated sprains. So that would be your rehab advice, is you're going to go away and do some banded eversion, something like 3 lots of 10 every day, just so that you're doing it consistently.
Yeah.
And you want to do some single leg calf raises as well, making sure that you keep this on the floor and don't allow to lift up into inversion. All right.
Yeah.
The rest of the work that we're going to do will be soft tissue work, looking at the hamstrings, looking at the calves, bit of work on the right to assess and compare via palpation to the left. And we might take a look at hamstring range of motion as well.
Cool. Let's get into it.